Hello, welcome to our webinar today. Today we'll be discussing the best data visualization options for your OBI environment. My name is Olga Orda. I'm the marketing manager here at BI Connector. Now we'll hand it over to Shankar to start the webinar. Thank you again, and excited to have you here.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Shankar Radhakrishnan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of BI Connector. Today, we are going to talk about an important question that is on the minds of all OBI users, such as yourself. What are the best data visualization options for your OBI data? So in this webinar, we will quickly look at why do you need a modern visualization platform for the OBI data? What factors should you consider when you evaluate the various data visualization options? How do you calculate the ROI for a new modern visualization platform for OBI data? And we will also compare the pros and cons of the top data visualization options for an OBI environment. And finally, we'll wrap up with a quick demo of connecting from Tableau and Power BI to your OBI environment. So let's begin by taking a step back and looking at what is happening in the world of BI and analytics. In the past 2 years, it has gone through a massive transformation. In the past, BI tools used to be tools for the select few and managers in the organization who would use it primarily to look at the KPIs and the historical performance against their targets. But now organizations are moving towards becoming a data-driven organization. So they want to enable the frontline employees, most of the employees in the organization, with the analytics capabilities so that they can take better decisions, business decisions on a daily basis. Also, BI tools were primarily used for looking at historical data, looking at KPI reporting, and so on in the past. But now, BI tools are becoming more agile, and users are looking to take day-to-day decisions, looking at their historical data, combining it with various other data sources, and seeing how it could help them run their business better and take better decisions faster. Also, IT used to be the initiator of BI projects in the past, but it has transformed so much that now business is leading the BI initiative with IT actively supporting the business. So the question becomes, is your organization a part of this transformation, or are you lagging behind? So now, what is the benefit of being a part of this transformation that is going on in the industry? According to a recent data from Bain Consulting, organizations with modern analytics capabilities are 2 times more likely to be better financial performers. They are 5 times more likely to take faster business decisions and being more agile. And they are 3 times more likely to execute on those decisions, more capable of executing those decisions. And they are 2 times more likely to be using data to drive their business decisions and more frequently use the data for business decisions. So it is no longer a choice for your organizations to have whether you need to have a modern analytics capability or not. It is a must-have to remain competitive in your industry. So now, if you are an OBI user, how can you transform your analytics experience and be successful? So let's begin by looking at what are the problems of OBI as a BI tool. The primary problem from a user perspective is ease of use and intuitive user experience. So users have a steep learning curve when it comes to OBI. It takes a lot of time for them to create visualizations, and they have to depend on IT to bring in the data into the OBI tool so that they can analyze the data. And all from an IT as well as from an organization perspective, this leads to a tremendous amount of developer expense to create this underlying plumbing to enable the end user. But let's not overlook the strengths of OBI. The most important thing is its complex ability to handle complex metadata models. You can create an extensive business logic in OBI and then make it available to the business users. Also, from a security perspective, it provides a robust enterprise class security layer where you can set up security at the dashboard level, at the object level, and also at the role level. Also, it is very optimized for enterprise reporting. So if you want to create reports, broadcast it to a lot of people, it's very well built for such a purpose. And it's capable of handling large data sets. You can run a long running query. Yes, it will take a little bit longer time, but it is capable of handling those long running queries with large data sets very efficiently. So now, given these constraints with the OBIEE platform, what should you as a user and IT look for to mitigate this platform to our problems and provide get a better analytics experience? So let's look at the key factors that you should consider when you're looking at modern data visualization options. The first one is, how good is the visualization component in the data visualization tool? Are you able to create various different types of visualization that's best appropriate for your business data quickly? How steep is the learning curve? Is the tool intuitive and easy to use? How much time do you need to ramp up on how to use the tool? What platforms are you using now? Are you already using some visualization platforms that you're familiar with? For example, a large transit authority in California is already using Tableau as their visualization tool. So in that case, how can they use it to analyze their OBIEE data? Another factor that you need to consider is, are you able to connect to all your data sources? No longer your data sources are in your data center or within your organization, but it is all over the place in the cloud. You're connecting to Salesforce, you're connecting to Workday, you're connecting to ServiceNow, Google Cloud, AWS, so many data sources, Box, and so on. SharePoint, the name just goes on. So how is the new tool going to provide connectivity to all these data sources so that you can combine them and use them for your decision? You should also look at when you look at a new tool, you should also look at a specific couple of three important topics. The first one is, since you have an existing OBIEE environment, are you able to reuse the metadata and security from your OBIEE environment? Otherwise, you're going to be spending a lot of time re-engineering and recreating all the business logic that you have created over the years, and also the security in the new tool. Also, what are some of the potential hidden risks, such as, can it handle very large data sets? What is your long-term vision for your BI and analytics platform? Also, what are some of the other incremental licensing costs? So let's look at what is the ROI of investing in a new modern visualization platform for your OBIEE data. If you look at it from a user perspective, there's tremendous, there is all this cost about bringing in new insight into the business data and all that. There's benefit of bringing in those. But if you look at it from a tangible ROI perspective, from a user perspective, there are four main things that you can look at. The first one is how much time you can save in order to get to the new data for your analysis. How much time are you going to save in terms of reduced data preparation? Can you prepare your data? Can you quickly get to the visualization faster? Also, how quickly and how intuitive and easy to use is the visualization platform? And finally, can you reuse all the work that has already been done from the metadata and also the security governance perspective? Can you reuse it to analyze it with new data sources that are coming up every day? So these are some of the key factors that you can look at in order to calculate the ROI, tangible ROI, in terms of time savings, cost savings, looking at individual analysts' work or users' work, using the data, how much time is it going to save them, what's the cost benefit for the organization. Now, this is not just limited to the users, but it is also applicable for the IT, because users and IT together partner to deliver the analytics experience, and the IT also has to spend time, in the past had to spend time to bring in new data, had to spend an enormous amount of effort to prepare the data, sometimes even create visualizations, and also they might have to re-engineer. But when you look at the new platforms, you can look at how much is the new platform going to save the IT from the time to new data, also the data preparation, visualization, and also can IT reuse the metadata and security already set up to provide the new visualization experience to the users. So there are so many BI tools in the market today. In the last Gartner's Magic Quadrant, there were approximately around 21 different vendors in the quadrant. So how do you shortlist a set of tools for your organization, which is using OBIEE as a primary, as a key data source? So we can put the OBIEE connectivity as a qualifier for your visualization options, especially if you are going to be dealing with the OBIEE data on a day-to-day basis. And that shortlists the tools to Oracle Data Visualization, Tableau, and Power BI. So let's look at the pros and cons of each of these tools. So let's look at the various factors that we talked about earlier and see how these tools add up, provide those capabilities. If you look at the first one, which is the visualization types, all visualization is now a table stakes for all the BI tools, analytical tools. So Oracle, Tableau, Power BI all provide excellent visualization options and provide a variety of options. And Oracle also provides some unique options like Sunburst, Sankey, and things. But in the case of Power BI and Tableau, you can bring in your own visualization options. You can build your own visualization type into the tool. Now, ease of use and intuitive experience is a very key requirement from a user perspective. This is an area where Tableau and Power BI are ahead of Oracle data visualization. So the Oracle data visualization is still rough around the edges, but Tableau started out in 2005 and has been a leader in providing an easy to use experience. And Power BI is also providing users who are familiar with the Microsoft set of tools are very comfortable with Power BI and the ease at which they can create visualizations in Power BI. An important factor that's in these days is the data source connectivities. As we talked about earlier, you're not connecting to a single data source, but you are connecting to a variety of data sources. Oracle OBIEE being one of them. So in this case, in the area of data source connectivity, Tableau and Power BI are way ahead of Oracle DB. Oracle data visualization provides about 40 different connectivity options, whereas Tableau and Power BI provide up to 70 options, 70 different connectivity to various variety of sources. In the case of Power BI, you can even actually create a new connector and add it to the Power BI framework. Market mindshare. This is an important factor when you consider the various tools. So here, this is a chart that shows the Google trend for the popular data visualization tools. As you can see, Tableau has a much larger mindshare compared to the other options. Power BI comes in second, around 15. This is for the last 1 year. And you can see the other players in the market. Now let's look at the key important factor, OBIEE, support for OBIEE connectivity. So here you can see how the Oracle data visualization versus Tableau, so Tableau versus Power BI, which can, with the Tableau and Power BI, you can connect to OBIEE using BI connector. In the case of Oracle data visualization, you need to be at least on 11.119 on OBIEE in order to connect to the reports. And also in 12C, you can connect to the reports. Oracle Data Visualization Desktop doesn't provide connectivity to the subject areas. Whereas from both Tableau and Power BI, you can connect to both the subject areas as well as the reports using BI connector. Let's look at handling large data sets. So Oracle Data Visualization has one of the key important factors when you connect to a data source such as OBIEE, you are dealing with millions and millions of rows in your fact table. So when you connect to the data source or when you connect to a report, if your report brings up a large set of data, can your tool handle it efficiently? So currently the Oracle data visualization lacks some pre-filtering capability. Can you quickly set up the pre-filters and so set up the row so that you bring in the right amount of data from the reports into the tool? Whereas from Tableau, you can set up the pre-filter through BI connector. You can set up the pre-filter. You can say, okay, I want to limit to these countries or limit to these customers, and then fetch their data for both subject area as well as for reports. And BI Connector also provides additional optimization in terms of performance for large data sets. For example, it halts all the select star queries that go out from the visualization tools such as Tableau or Power BI to OBIE and helps you get a better user experience, performance experience when you connect to the subject areas or reports. Let's look at quickly. Licensing cost is a key factor. The Oracle data visualization is the cost comes to about $60 per user per month when it is used as a part of their various offerings. In the case of Tableau, they have a variety of options. The desktop is about $70 per user per month. Server, which is becoming more and more popular, or online, which is also becoming very popular these days, comes to about $35 per user per month or $42 per user per month. Of course, the big advantage of Power BI is the cost. It's about $10 per user per month, and they have pretty much disrupted the market with this pricing. And also, many times, if your organization is using Office 365, Power BI is available for you to use. So let's go back and revisit the current state. If you're a business user, tool familiarity is a very important factor. You want to analyze your department data sources, also combine that with the OBIE data to get better business insights. And many business users prefer Tableau or Power BI because they're familiar with it, they've used it for other data sources, and so they're familiar with it. Now, if you're coming from an IT perspective, you've invested heavily in OBIE in the past to support the business. You're looking to reuse the OBIE data model and security. And you're also concerned about governance. You're concerned about bringing in new tools into the organization, about re-engineering what it would take to move the data into the new tools, and also would the business users go rogue and start their own shadow IT tools. So given this, what should you do next? The ideal approach is to support the business needs for a Tableau Power BI, give the users the choice that they prefer, and also at the same time reuse the OBIE data and metadata. So an ideal solution would be to empower your Tableau and Power BI users to connect to OBIE, reuse metadata, the OBIE metadata to enable visualization in Tableau or Power BI. Also allow the users to connect to other data sources with the OBIE data sources so that they can do ad hoc analysis quickly and take business decisions. Allow them to reuse the OBIE security rules so that you don't have to recreate, or you can use your OBIE login to connect to OBIE data source and then connect to other data sources. So as an organization, it will allow you to repurpose the investment in OBIE and also gain the benefits of the modern visualization platform, help you to provide a governed self-service BI experience to your users, and you're able to maximize the value of business and BI investments. So you're able to maximize the number of users who are taking advantage of the OBIE data. At the same time, you're also helping the users gain better, use the platforms more often for business and get more value out of the BI platforms. So this is an area where BI Connector helps, and it provides a seamless experience, user experience, if you're connecting from Tableau or Power BI to your OBIE platform. It reuses the OBIE security model, so you can log in with your OBIE username password, and you will only see the data that you're authorized to see from reports or from the subject area. It reuses all the OBIE business logic. The queries get folded and executed in the OBIE, so the joins happen in OBIE. So this leads to tremendous cost and time savings for both the users as well as the business. And it's easy to install. You can install it on the desktop for Tableau desktop power users or IT developers, and on the server to provide for the most users. And the information is consistent. What you see, the true data, the validated data that is available in OBIE is the same data that you would see in Tableau. The calculations will be consistent. So it saves a lot of time from both the user perspective as well as from an IT perspective. So you're able to combine the best of Tableau or Power BI user experience with the OBIE's strengths. So with that, let's quickly jump into a couple of demos. One, we will talk about how to connect from Tableau to OBIE subject areas. You can also connect from Tableau to reports, but instead we are going to connect from Power BI to OBIEE reports. And it's also, the other way is also true. Power BI can also connect to OBIEE subject area, but we are going to split the use cases, the demo into these two. So let's start with the Tableau to OBIEE subject area demo. So the BI connector is installed on this laptop. So from Tableau, you select other databases. You select a DSN that is set up to connect to OBIEE subject area. And this brings up the BI connector UI. The username, the URL is the OBIEE URL and the port. And you will use your OBIEE username and password. And you select subject areas here to connect to the OBIEE subject area. So you're now connected to the OBIEE subject area. So let's connect to the server first. That's database corresponds to the OBIEE server. Here you can see the subject areas that you have access to. I have three subject areas here. Let's choose the popular North Winds subject area. It has a bunch of folders underneath. Let's pick the fact table, order details. Let's pick customers. Let's pick products. You don't have to create any joins in the Tableau. BI connector will automatically manage the joins here and make sure that the query gets executed in OBIEE and the joins are utilized in OBIEE, and then the data is returned to Tableau. So Tableau acts as a thin presentation layer to the OBIEE data. So from here on, it's just like any other Tableau data source. So you can go to Sheets and then bring in, let's say we bring in our geographical map here, country. Let's bring in sales revenue. Let's see quantity. Let's see the data, actual data. So the data is actually fetched from OBIEE and displayed here. And let's now go and add a product name. So you get the intuitive user experience of Tableau and the ease of use of Tableau with the power of the OBIEE backend, the metadata and the security model, and all the work that has been put into building out these models and bringing in the data into OBIEE. You can use that. And the good thing is you can now combine this data source with your other data sources. It could be Excel, or it could be connecting to a Hadoop data source, or it could be your Salesforce. You can combine that using Tableau's cross database join, and you can create your own data model, ad hoc models, and create visualizations that combine various data sources. And you can also publish it to Tableau server and so on. And the user experience is very similar if you are connecting to OBIEE reports also. So now let's quickly jump and switch to the Tableau, Power BI. So in the case of Power BI, we're going to connect to a report, OBIEE report. So you can search for BI connector. And you would enter the URL for your OBIEE environment. Let's choose reports. If you have an SSO, you can choose to default and let's give a report name. So I have so let's look for your reports for the European sales data, and you choose direct query here, which means it's a live connection to OBIEE. So this is going to go and fetch all the reports with the name Europe. So I can choose European orders. So once you do that, it's going to bring the model into the Power BI, and it will become available. The report becomes available as a table inside Power BI. Now it's just a matter of you choosing which country you want to see. Let's look at the sales revenue. This is the European report, so you see the data specifically from European countries. Let's bring this in. Let's look at companies. So it's pretty simple. It makes it very simple. So you're again getting the benefit of Power BI's ease of use and intuitive user experience, and combining that with the data that is coming in from OBIEE. And of course, again, similar to Tableau, here also you can combine this with various other data sources and create your own user story, your organization story about the data, and use it for analysis or for presentation to your management team and so on. So you get the benefit of both the visualization tool, the modern visualization tool, as well as the OBIEE by using BI connector. So let's go back, switch back, and quickly review what are the benefits from a business perspective. It's going this by combining a modern visualization tool with OBIEE using BI connector, you're going to be able to transform your organization into a data-driven organization. You're able to take better business decisions faster. So you're able to, the speed to decisions is going to be substantially higher. And you're going to save, you can save significant time in terms of getting to new data sources, combining that with your OBIEE data. Also, the time required, typically you had to put in to prepare the OBIEE data into your visualization tool. Now you can automate it and save enormous amount of time. For example, a high-tech company in Bay Area was able to save more than 4 to 5 days per month for each analyst by using BI connector to connect from Tableau to their OBIEE data source for their marketing reports. And also at the same time, you're able to avoid the errors, human errors that could come in when you manually do all these tasks. So you're able to automate and minimize the errors and get consistent information across the various BI platforms. From an IT perspective, it's this combining the visualization platform with OBIEE using BI connector will help you save time and money, both from enabling the users to move towards a self-service approach. You're also you're able to better manage your risk with respect to the data governance and security by providing using the OBIEE security model and also all the metadata join the business logic that has been built into it. By empowering your users to create visualizations easily, you are also reducing the BI backlog. And this allows you to focus on more forward-looking projects and looking at longer term how to help if the users can go and create the ad hoc models. And then when the models become stable, IT can help bring it into a part of a governed data source. And so from an IT perspective, you're able to maximize the value of your BI investment. So with that, we come to the end of the presentation. You can try connecting. You can download BI Connector from our website, biconnector.com. There is a 30-day free trial. You can use it to connect from Tableau to OBIEE that is available directly in our free trial page. The Power BI connector is in a beta program. We are working with select customers. And if you are interested, please contact us through our website. There is a form where you can enter your interest, your contact information, and we will reach out to you when we are able to accommodate you in our beta program. So thank you so much for joining us for this webinar. Olga, back to you.
Shankar, thank you. And thank you everybody for attending. It was great to have you here. If there's any questions that we didn't cover or you think of a question following this webinar, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can contact Shankar directly, shankar@biconnector.com. And as well, I will be sending an email to all attendees with the slides and the recording of the webinar, so you have that for your reference if you need to refer to it at a later time. Again, thank you so much.